Kyllä näin on. Uusi viikko, uudet kujeet. Let the monkey business commence. Go back to monkey. Monkey Island Special Edition. Ei hirveästi minkäännäköisiä niinku siis tilpehöörejä tuu tähän alkuun. Kyllä se siitä. Ja nyt jopa ei tarvinnut niinku siis kikkailla ja...
Sick!
Nailed it! Kajanan returns to monkey. You did it. Tietysti tarkoitus pelata niillä originaaligrafiikoilla. Ja tässä jopa voi automaattisesti käyttää sitä niinku Special Editionin audioraitaan. Ei tarvinnut hakkeroida mitään, ainakaan mitään ylimääräistä niinku siis. Ei kai se mitään, nyt kaikki introt tulee kato tässä jälkikäteen. Niinku nyt.
Well. Guybrush Threepwood.
This is what we want.
Strangest places.
On ne aika hirveet.
Do you think you could help me out?
How did you get into this mess?
It's kind of a long story.
Oh, that's okay. I've got time.
Well, it all started on Scab Island. Some of my admiring fans had pressured me into telling my LeChuck evaporating story once again.
Monkey.
Hey, you guys get out of here.
Mä tiedän, että jos tässä vaiheessa koittaa vaihtaa grafiikoita, niin se vaan skippaa kaiken. Siellä on kuule Schaeferit ja Grossmanit ja Gilbertit ja kaikki. Good times. Kyllä. Nyt on sen aika. Goddamn monkeys. Busted. Lead playtester. Se on hyvä, ettei pelkästään yksi playtesteri vaan. Monta testaajaa. Jonkun pitää olla se, kuka menee sitten kertomaan kaikki Gilbertille ja Schaeferille, mikä menee pieleen. En mä nyt oikein jaksa uskoa. Mä en oikein muista, onko Monkey Island 2 oikeasti mitään semmosia niinku siis käsittämättömiä jumeja, mitä sä saisit väsättyä.
Scab Island.
Lore time.
So I bust into the church and say, "Now you're in for it, you bilious bag of barnacle bait." And then LeChuck cries, "Guybrush, have mercy! I can't take it
Näin
anymore!"
tapahtui
I
ehdottomasti.
think I know how he must have felt.
Yeah, if I hear this story one more time, I'm gonna be crying myself.
Don't you have any new stories?
Well, actually, that's why I'm here on Scab Island. I'm on a whole new adventure.
Growing a mustache?
No, bigger than that.
A beard?
No, I'm in search of treasure. The biggest treasure of them all. A treasure so valuable and so well hidden that it haunts the dreams of every pirate on the seas.
You mean
Big whoop?
None other.
Then why'd you come here? There's no
tällä hetkellä
treasure
on.
on Scab Island.
Well, I didn't know that
SoundCloud-
before.
SoundCloud
Now I'm trying to
pitää
charter a
Nelinpeli-podcastia
ship and look someplace
largojen
else.
embargon alla.
When I return, I'll have riches galore and a whole new story.
or you'll have died trying.
Kiitti
Either
spoilereista
way, we
3.
won't have to hear about LeChuck anymore.
Those guys are no fun.
Those guys wouldn't know a good story even if they paid $50 for it. When I find Big Whoop, I'll become a legend among pirates for generations to come. I could only charter a ship and get off this stinking island.
Part 1, The Largo Embargo. Onks latausruutu?
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
Can I
Oops,
have the sign?
I think I broke the sign.
Thanks.
Where do you think you're going, fancy pants? You ain't from these parts, are you? This is a toll bridge. You gotta pay.
Is this some sort of bribe situation?
No, more like extortion. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
Yoink.
Help! Police!
Scream as loud as you want. There's no police on Scab Island.
Se on Largo.
Then who eats the donuts and roughs up the transients?
I roughs
Ajankohtaista.
up what needs roughing up on this island. Hey, you're loaded. This is my lucky night.
Me kerätty edes kattoo meidän inventoria.
Remember, wherever you go, on sea or on land, you can't ever hide from Lago Legrand.
What a dick.
Tough town. I guess I should have got those traveler's checks.
Se vei meidän kaikki massit. All of them. All of our monies are guns. Onko tässä mitään muuta tuli mieleen, onko tässä mitään... Ei vissiin tässä special, tai tässä normiversiossa ei mitään. Onko tässä niinku... Tää on tää, mikä tää special edition näyttää. Toi on ihan niinku siis semisiedettävän näköinen toi Guybrush tässä näin, mut... Jotenkin vaan ei.
Yeah?
What's the problem with that Largo guy?
He really goes against my grain. I'd like to make an end table out of him, but I don't have the guts. With all my tools, I'm still unable to create the one thing that could do this island some good.
Like an all-night tattoo parlor?
No. Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Oh,
Well, that sounds like a
nice
good
apron.
idea.
Are you some sort of chef?
No. I'm a woodsmith, which gives one of us an excuse for dressing funny.
Ouch.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck could chuck no amount of wood since a woodchuck can't chuck wood.
But if a woodchuck could chuck and would chuck some amount of wood, what amount of wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Even if a woodchuck could chuck wood, and even if a woodchuck would chuck wood, should a woodchuck chuck wood?
A woodchuck should chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, as long as a woodchuck would chuck wood.
Oh, shut up.
I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Sinä kattelet.
It says Woody.
That's me.
Can I have your hammer?
Oh, no, you don't. It's not a toy.
Oh boy, it's Buzzsaw Girl.
No one touches her but me.
Joo.
Nice sturdy workbench.
Everything's laid out just how I need it.
What a cute little stool.
It's adjusted to my height.
Pounds and pounds of nails.
I need all of them.
Comfortable looking chair.
It's not for sale.
Nice peg leg.
Thanks. I made it myself.
Muistakaa se tulevaisuutta varten, mitä sieltä löytyy.
Hello?
Oh, hei.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Hi there. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood, LeChuck busting stud.
Uh-huh.
Not impressed.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Hi, I'm Guybrush. Who are you?
Wally. Wally B. Feed. At your service.
I have some questions about Scab Island.
Why? Thinking about moving here?
No, heittämällä.
Actually, I'm trying to get off it as soon as possible.
Good luck. With the sailing embargo Largo's imposed on Scab, it's hard to get anywhere. Which doesn't help my business, let me tell you.
Voi olla, joo.
You know anything about this Largo guy?
He's just the local hood, shakes down everybody in town. Nobody comes or goes from Scab because Largo makes them pay through the nose.
Yeah, tell me about it. Where's the governor's mansion?
There is no governor on Scab. This is an anarchist cooperative of pirates, cutthroats, and other criminals. A haven for roughnecks and rebels like me. The only authority
Like
on this
you.
island is that bully Largo.
I'm looking for some room and board.
Well, I hear there's a new chef down at the Bloody Lip. And the Swamp Rot Inn has all the comforts of the sea. But I think Largo's
Nice.
booked the whole thing.
Thanks for the lowdown.
Any time.
Do you know anything about Big Whoop?
Uh-oh, who sent you here? I should warn you, I'm heavily armed.
I was sent by the IRS. Let me see your files.
The who? You better not try for my files. All my research on Big Whoop is in there.
Are you looking for Big Whoop too?
Well, I haven't really been able
Kukapa
to
ei.
find out much hard information.
Kukapa ei
What do
haluaisi
you
löytää
know about it?
treasure.
I know I'm looking for it, and that's about it.
You mean you never heard of the 4 men who buried it?
No. Tell me all about it.
Well, all anyone knows for sure is that there was a shipwreck. The merchant vessel Elaine went down in a terrible storm.
Elaine?
Only 4 crew members survived. They washed up on a remote deserted island. Some say its name was Inky Island, but I don't believe that.
Well, why don't you believe it?
Because there's no such island. Anyway, that's where they supposedly found Big Whoop.
But what is Big Whoop?
Whatever it was so wonderful, or so horrible, that they never wanted anyone else to find it. So, they took the map they made of the island and split it up among the 4 of them, and they all went their separate ways.
Makes sense, I guess.
Wow. That's some story.
Of course, it could just be an old legend, but if I could just see the map of that island, I bet I could
kinky
recognize
inky.
the shape of the land and track it down myself.
What exactly do you do here?
I'm a cartographer.
You do open heart surgery? In here?
No, I'm the map-making sort of cartographer.
Oh. What kind of maps do you make?
Every kind a pirate could need. My eyes have seen the whole world, and there's not a part of it I haven't put down on paper. Maps are very, very important.
Big whoop.
Actually, I prefer to just stop and ask directions.
That's what Magellan thought. Sorry, cartographer
Joo,
joke.
voi olla vähän semmoinen, mikä ei välttämättä ihan aukee niinku, ei natiivi englannin puhujalle automaattisesti.
You know, I could just sit and talk about maps all day.
Hey, me too.
Only sissies use maps.
Maps are very, very important.
Not to me. I don't travel.
That's even better. With good maps, you can see the whole world without leaving your living room.
Is longitude the sideways one, or is that latitude? I can never remember which is which.
It's so cute when you lay people try to understand geography. I could try to explain it, but it would probably just go over your head.
Oh no,
Thanks. I
spoilereita
gotta go.
Monkey Island
Okie
2.
dokie.
Tässä vaiheessa, jos ei
Nice
jonkun
map.
verran ole spoilaantunut jo Monkey Islandista, niin
Reminds me of a dollhouse I once had. I mean, my, sister once had.
en muista jo. Joink.
Hey, where's my monocle? I can't see a thing without my monocle.
Sucks to be you,
Where is
väli.
that thing?
Meillä ei mitään niinku siis käyttöä sille edes vielä, mutta me vaan pöllyttiin se monokeeli, koska se on olemassa. I'm pirate, goddammit. Hei.
What do you know about Largo Legrand?
I don't know anything about cargo or contraband. I'm clean, clean, clean.
Who are you?
Sure, Sonny, I can get out stew. That's easy. I can also extract grog, spit, and swamp mud. That's because I'm Mad Marty. I'm mad about getting your clothes as clean as they can be.
I've got a laundry type question.
Shoot.
Would you be able to get out ketchup?
Get out? Ketchup? What do you want me to do?
Nothing. I've got a laundry type question.
Shoot.
Do you do alterations here?
Alterations? You mean change the numbers on your food stamps? You got some nerve.
I'm sorry. Oops, I thought I wanted to talk to you, but I don't.
True.
No, we don't clean leather.
Why? Men of low moral fiber.
What is it?
Hi.
Do we know you?
I'm Guybrush. You tried to sell me the minutes of a PTA meeting in the last game, claiming it was a map?
Map?
True.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, really.
Why did you wake us up, Gorbush?
What happened to your leg?
It happened during a performance.
That's what we do for a living now.
You see, after our circus failed, we started a pirate catering business on nearby Fat Island.
The sacking lunch. It was quite lucrative.
Why aren't you still doing that?
The governor of the island made us an offer we, couldn't refuse. So, we sold him the business.
What did you do with the money?
We sank the money into one of those newfangled glass-bottom boats
We wanted to take passengers on sightseeing trips.
and search for a place called Drinky Island in our spare time.
Boy, did we ever want to get there.
Aside from the obvious reason, we had inside information that Drinky was in fact the resting place of the legendary treasure of Big Whoop.
Big whoop? I'm looking for that too.
Well, I hope your luck is better than ours.
You see, we got a
Todennäköisesti
bit of a
joo.
raw deal on the boat.
Seems the salesman didn't have any glass for the bottom, so he just left a gaping hole there.
By the time we noticed, we were taking on water, fast.
We ended up
Ammattilaiset.
stranded on a tiny desert island.
When did we get to the performing part?
We met a philosopher on the island, and he told us something which changed our lives.
That you're a pack of loonies?
He told us that all the world is a stage and that we are merely players. So, we became performance artists.
When he lost the leg, Frank was brilliantly showing the inseparability of the path man walks from the food chain.
The symbolism of the cheese was essential. You know, this leg is looking sort of dingy. Would you get some polish over at the woodsmiths and polish it for me?
Give me money for the polish.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that your rat?
Yes, we call him Munster Monster because of his insatiable passion for cheese.
Mihin subtitlit hävisi?
What are you guys doing up there?
We're performing.
That's right. Performing. In our current work, we portray man's response to global environmental issues of a changing world.
Ajankohtaista.
How come you have to perform on that ledge?
To show the precarious nature of the situation. So to speak.
Right.
I think you're overlooking the potential symbolism to be gained by your closeness to the Earth.
But,
All right, you got us. We're really up here because...
well, we're afraid to come down.
What?
What's the word for it, Frank?
Terraformophobia?
It's the opposite of acrophobia. Something like orcaphobia.
Fear of killer whales?
Say what you will, we're not coming down.
See you later.
Hyvää
We
niinku
can
banteria
scarcely
tossa.
contain our anticipation.
Can I have bucket?
Hey, leave that alone.
I want it.
Sorry, is this your bucket?
Well,
No.
So you won't mind if I take it?
I guess not.
Thanks.
Nice.
Nice box, bro. Meillä on one piece of eight. Monokkeli, lapio ja a bouquet. A bucket. Koitan taas pelata niinku siis ulkomuistista enimmäkseen tätä näin. Hei.
Excuse me, I'd like a room, please.
Sorry, we only have one and it's full.
Vähän nihkeä inni.
Only one guest.
Yes, but that dang Largo eats like 30.
Niinpä tietysti.
Nice.
Be with you in a second.
What the fuck?
Oh, isn't that cute?
Minkä takia täällä on allikaattori vaan hengailemassa. Largo ei ole paikalla, on varmasti mennä tonne.
Hold it right there. That's a private room. No going up there.
Mitäs uus? Kai se tekee jotain paperitöitä siellä niinku. Sählää jotain kuitteja siellä edestakaisin. Sovitaan niin. Tai niin sun on vaan tyydyttävä siihen niinku siis. Hei, lätki. Menin sit vahingossa suoraan tänne näin. Käs näinkin. Hei.
It's a cold potato and leek soup.
Nice.
It's too heavy. The fire's out.
Sekin vielä.
Excuse me.
Don't bug me. I'm cooking.
Come on. Mikä voisi mennä niinku kolmar
Ugh,
virheen?
it's all cans of fruit cocktail.
Makes sense.
Sharp.
Can I have it? I can. Very nice. I might know what I'm going to do with the knife.
Hey! Hired help only!
No, mä vahingossa tipahdin sinne. Niin.
It reads JoJo, appearing nightly, no cover charge.
Metronoli.
It's a metronome.
Yay.
I should have listened to my mother. I should have practiced. I should have listened to my mother. I should have practiced.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
How's business?
It's just terrible. No one ever comes down here anymore.
Eikä nyt kun
Largo's got
Largo
all my
keikkaa ne
regular
kaikki siinä.
spooked. You know, I can mix any drink there is. Make anything you could name. But I can't make the one thing that could really do this island some good.
What's that?
A voodoo doll of Largo LeGrand. You there!
Kaikki näyttää haluavan tehdä voodoo.
Give me my usual, and put it in a real glass. Fork over the dough or you'll be serving Bloody Marys for a week. From your nose. That's all I have. Well, you better have more tomorrow, or we might have to move this stump to a new location. Like, say, the bottom of the ocean.
Boy, you just gave him all your money?
I don't want to talk about it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Grog, please. Shaken, not stirred.
Maybe you'd like a Shirley Temple instead.
I'm old enough. Look at my beard.
Ha! That's the oldest trick in the book. Tell you what, I'll let you have some near grog. Doesn't have any alcohol in it, but it's just as nasty smelling and foul tasting as that stuff grown-ups drink.
Right on.
Oh, wait. What am I saying? I just sold the last of it to Kate. Sorry.
Rats.
Of course, if you have some ID.
Who's this Kate person you mentioned?
Ah, the courageous Captain Kate Capsize. Tough as steel, sharp as nails. She rents her ship out, does some freelance pirating. Her only loyalty is to the highest bidder. Don't get on her bad side.
Mutta se kuulostaa just semmoiselta, mitä me tarvitaan.
Wanna see my scar?
Depends. Is there a good story behind it?
As a matter of fact, there is. It's a story of the ghost pirate LeChuck and his gruesome demise.
Heard it. This is the one where he drinks too much root beer and burps so hard he explodes, right?
Not exactly.
Frankly, I don't care much for stories that promote moderation in drinking. I do have a business to run, you know.
Makes sense.
Nice place you have here. Well, see ya.
Look at spit
Largo's been
dripping
here.
down wall.
I don't want to touch it with my hands. There isn't enough spit to put in the bucket.
God damn it.
I can't dig that, Daddy.
I can't dig that.
I don't want to gunk up the blade.
Toi Daddyn käyttäminen on saanut kyllä niinku siis ihan eri niinku kontekstin nykyaikana verrattuna siihen, kun tää peli tuli. Guybrush, stop calling me
Help
daddy.
wanted. 1 week's salary in advance.
That's
Inquire
fucked up.
below.
Tommonen kolmora. Hey!
Yeah?
Could I buy some wood polish?
That's 1 piece of 8. Anything else?
I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Not yet. We have some WP.
If only I could use this stuff on my lines.
Ah! Use it.
Thanks. Here's a piece of 8 for your trouble.
Nice. Nyt meillä on wood polishia ja 1 piece of 8. Very niek. Jostain se on pakko aloittaa. Toi beachi, sitten on swamperonia, cemetery ja peninsula.
Nice stick.
Can I have it? I can. Now we have stick.
He's back.
Ever tell you about the time I kicked LeChuck's butt?
Look, Guybrush, besides the
Lepakko.
fact that we'd all rather die than hear that story again, there's another reason you shouldn't go spreading that story around.
Largo Legrand is back on Scab. He used to be LeChuck's right-hand man. You don't want to get Largo on your bad side.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
A 2-bit thug.
He's nothing but a low-down weasel.
So why don't you kick Largo off the island?
Well, we would.
But he was very close to LeChuck.
Koska se on
But LeChuck's
pelottava.
gone forever.
I heard they never found his body.
That's because I blew it into 1,000 pieces.
Oh no. Not this story again.
How's the pirate biz?
Horrible.
The sailing embargo has all of us pirates landlocked. We can't go about our business.
Some of us tried pirating on land, but it just didn't feel right.
What's this about an embargo?
The Largo embargo.
Well, it's not really an embargo. It's a tax on ships coming or going.
But it's a huge tax that no captain on this island can afford.
Including Dread.
That fool Largo doesn't know when to stop. He can't take more from us than we have.
Any idea where I could hire a ship?
You'll need to go to the far side of the island, and there you'll meet a man named Captain Dread.
Yikes. Sounds intimidating.
Not really.
Kaikki mun läpät, mitä on mennään heittää, niin
Of course, he
Guybrush
can't take
heittää
you
ne
anywhere
saman
until
tien.
Largo lifts his sailing embargo.
Do you guys know any piratey songs?
Sure. Fink here knows a million. Go ahead, Fink.
Samalla aaltopituudella Guybrushin kanssa.
Island.
Oh, all right. Well, I'd rather be a pirate on Scab than a scab on a pirate. And if you'll listen to me, Gab, I'll tell you why I admire it. Oh, the people are too friendly, the weather's not the best. The lodging's too expensive, and Largo's quite a pest. But the thing I like about Scab is what it hasn't got. No mayor or police force, and no jail in which to ride.
That was beautiful.
Any marshmallows left?
Marshmallows? We don't have any marshmallows.
What's that white puffy thing on the end of your stick?
It's the stuffing for under my eye patch.
We're just sterilizing it.
We're pirates, Guybrush, not Girl Scouts.
Well, I'll see you salty dogs later.
That reminds me, do we have any weenies left?
Ei. Marty ja Fink.
Steamin' weenies, 20 feet.
Do we have any steaming weenies?
This door appears to be locked.
Shit.
Looks closed. Rapscallion's Steamin' Weenie Hut. Place order here. Looks closed.
Valitettavasti ei saada Weenie Hutin juniorista yhtään mitään. Tänään ei ole mitään. Nope. Kolmar vei viimeisen Weenie. New monster. Ja kanssa toi stick, millä piti kaivaa sitä spittiä sieltä seinästä. It's coming back to me in pieces.
International House of Mojo. Creepy, but apparently seaworthy.
Can I use it? Well, shit. Kyllä se jossain vaiheessa kolmalla osuu vielä kohdilleen.
It appears to be yo-yo string.
Can I have it?
I'll just take a little. It appears to be bolted to the table. Display model. Looks like bound
Display
editions
model.
of Voodoo Quarterly.
Pääkallo.
They're unlabeled. They're unlabeled. I don't think I'm qualified to handle them. And anyway, they're gross.
Makes sense. Ja voisi mennä virheen.
Guybrush Threepwood, it's been a long time since you last came to see me.
Joo, on viimeksi Monkeillaan ykkösessä.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Ah, we often forget those who help us most.
We do?
It was I who told you how to do away with LeChuck. I told you where to find the voodoo antiroot and how to turn it into the powerful, ghost-dissolving potion you needed.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. Tell me about this Largo guy.
He's a weak little man who bullies this whole island around. Most people are afraid of him because he was once LeChuck's right-hand man.
Mä tiedän, onko se niin
LeChuck's
hirveän
history.
weak.
I got rid of him myself.
True evil can never be destroyed completely. You will see.
Why don't you just put a curse on Largo?
I've tried. My most powerful magic lies in voodoo dolls. But to make an effective doll, I need some items from Largo's person, and no one's
Guybrush
brave
kyllä on.
enough to go get them for me.
Ei sinänsä.
What kind of ingredients do you need for the doll?
Are you willing to help me make one?
Maybe?
Maybe.
To make it work, you need to bring me some personal artifacts of the victim. One from each of the 4 basic voodoo groups.
Basic voodoo
something
groups.
of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Hey, that almost rhymes.
For the thread, I need a piece of Largo's clothing, and a lock of hair will do for the head. Bring me a sample of fluid from his body, and from his dead relatives, you must acquire some remnant of a corpse. Here, take the shopping list.
Thanks.
Now go.
Well, that's kind of fucked up, isn't it?
Great recipes from the International House of Mojo, page 139. Aunt Helen's special voodoo doll mix. Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
Back.
How's business?
Very good. Many hexes this week. Saved
Nice.
many people from the evil eye. Made many pieces of 8. Although Largo took most of them.
I'd like to have my fortune read.
I see a hard road for you, Guybrush. Things didn't get easy for you when you defeated LeChuck, did they? People only
Aika
wanted
pitkälti kukaan ei
more.
usko
You had to keep
Guybrushia.
proving yourself over and over. The pressure kept mounting until you lost it all. Your fame, your fortune, the one you love.
Okay, that's enough. Well, that's enough voodoo for me.
Guybrush ei halua
So
puhua
be it.
siitä. Niin, no, se...
Ash to life, the uncremating cream. No thanks, I don't need it.
Let's get the F out of here. Me ainakin tiedetään, miten me saadaan jotain from the body Largolta, kunhan me vaan keksitään, millä me saadaan siitä seinästä. Ja se, että jossain vaiheessa tulee tarpeeksi kauan aikaa grindaa. Something of the dead. Me nähtiin myös hautausmaa täällä. Any Largos.
Warning, quarantine tomb. Inhabitants died of green tongue fever.
Well.
The Ricketts, no trespassing. Stan's Cozy Crypts, a place to spend eternity, not a fortune.
Että Stan on ruvennut myymään myös sitten niinku kryptoja ja
The
pelkästään
Quagmires, no trespassing. The Grouts, no trespassing.
No trespassing.
Stan's Casual Crosses, for graves that don't need to dress up.
Makes sense.
Here lies Nibbles the dog. He was a bad dog. We're glad he's dead. Here lies Hank Plank. Does anybody recognize that name? He didn't have any money on him when he died, and somebody's got to pay for the funeral. Stan. Stan's Casual Crosses. Stan's Casual Crosses. Stan's Casual Crosses. Stan's Casual Crosses. For graves that don't need to dress up. The grave of the unknown pirate. The grave of the unknown cabin boy. The grave of the unknown drunk guy we found face down in his own vomit on the beach. These spots reserved for our privileged future customers.
What do we have here?
Here lies Daredevil Jim McDowell. Hand of steel, leg of wood. Jim took every risk he could. A life of action, that was Jim's. Too bad he ran out of limbs. No man commanded Jean-Louise, not on land and not on water. John did whatever he did please, until he kissed the gunner's daughter. There once was a girl named Carrie, who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed, she got buried.
Well, that's kind of fucked up.
Marco Largo Legrand. Hell on sea or sand. The good news is, he's dead. The bad news is, he bred.
How convenient. Shall we use a shovel?
This is creepy feeling.
Mikä voisi mennä virheen?
I'd swear on my grandfather's grave, something weird is going on.
It's a possibility.
Nice. Marco Largo Legrand.
Nice.
Hell on sea or sand. The good news is he's dead. The bad news is he bred. Gross.
Tää on kyllä aika gross. Kieltämättä. We are doing it. Siis tonne Peninsulaan asti. Peninsula.
It says, and I quote, Captain Dread's ship charters. 20 pieces of 8. Inquire within.
20 pieces of 8.
I'm rich!
Meillä on 1 piece of 8. Mistä me saadaan 19 lisää? God damn it.
I love a house with that nautical look.
Nimenomaan house. Sitä näyttää.
Are you Captain Dread?
Yeah, man, I'm Captain Dread. What can I do for you?
Get it? Captain Dread.
Natty Dreads.
Thanks, man.
I need to charter a ship.
I can't charter you my ship because a while ago I lost my lucky sailing necklace. I called it my eye that has seen the world. I can't sail without it? No way, man.
No
Besides,
way, man.
that mean and nasty guy Largo, he has an embargo on the island. No ships can sail in or out without his approval. There's no way he would let me leave.
That's the joke.
Tell me more about that necklace thingy you lost.
It happened some time ago. My navigator and I set sail for this legendary island. When we arrived, we were taken prisoner by cannibals. I escaped, man, but my navigator was not so lucky. All I found of him was one of his eyeballs. And I've kept it as a good luck charm.
Gee, I think I've met your friend.
Unlikely.
I gotta run. Lots of treasure hunting to do.
Okay. Bye, man. Come again.
Toki just tämmönen vitsi, mitä sä et niinku hiffaa oikein, jos ei ole natiivi englannin puhuja. Captain Dread. Tarkoitus kuulostaa kauhistuttavalta. Ja sit se on Captain Dread, koska sillä on rastat. That's the joke. It's a good joke. Honest. Pakko vääntää tota niinku rautalangasta. Sitäkin tii. Mitäs kaikkea shittiä? Mitäs mieltä Wally on siitä? Me pöllittiin sen monokkeli.
I swear I put it right here.
Nice map.
Thanks. I hope I didn't lose it.
I don't think it's my prescription. If only I could use this stuff on my lines.
I'll never be able to afford a new one.
Everything looks all blurry.
Yeah, me too. How am I supposed to work?
Nice map.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Wally.
Who's there? I can't see anything without my monocle.
Thanks. I gotta go.
Okie dokie. Dang.
Dang.
I'm such a dope.
Kyllä 100% en muista, minkä takia me pöllittiin tuo monokkeli, mutta... Uskokaa pois, for a good reason. Use knife with rope.
Hey, how'd old Pegbiter get loose? I'd better go catch him before he catches somebody else.
Cheese squigglies. One of my favorites.
Now we have...
One of my favorites.
Now we have cheese squigglies.
Only one guest.
Onko se Largo siellä? He's not.
There's strange little white bugs all over it.
Joo.
There's strange little white bugs all over it.
Who let you into my room?
I thought it was my room?
Well, it ain't. So get the out of here.
Jesus.
Get out of my room.
Harvinaista ihan kirjaimellisesti kiroilee tässä näin. Tää sensuroida.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
I saw your sign outside. What's the job?
Oh, yeah. I really should take that thing down. I hired a new cook just this morning. But if things don't work out with him, I'll let you know.
Is that job available yet?
Sorry, that guy I hired is doing just fine so far.
Nice place you have
So
here.
far.
Well, see ya.
Mitä shit? Solstick.
That doesn't seem to work. That doesn't seem to work.
Yllättäen se juttu.
That doesn't seem to work.
Tonne meidän vastata.
Hey! Hired help only!
Tää men jiitata ittemme sieltä ikkunasta sisään. Timberwood Parkki on vähän eri. Timberwood Parkki on kyllä ihan hyvä peli kanssa.
It's a cold potato and leek soup.
Is it?
That wouldn't taste very good. The fire's out. I'm no cook. Excuse me.
I'm trying to work.
Nice. Ja sit perseelle. Hyvä yritys, Guybrush. There was an attempt.
Yeah?
I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Ei oo mitään puhuttavaa tällä.
Yo. Yoo-hoo. Hey.
Niillä ei hirveästi enää mitään.
Nice.
Mitään asiaa.
I got a laundry type question.
Shoot.
Actually, nothing. I don't care about clean clothes.
No, I don't have wheat loaves.
I didn't think you would. I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
It was stolen.
Taking it bowling was a dumb thing to do.
What?
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
I must have left it in my other pants.
Why'd you trade it for chocolate-covered ants?
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
I dropped it in my grog and it melted.
Log welted it? Well, now that is a good excuse, but I can't give you your clothes without a claim ticket.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
Mom threw it out when she cleaned my room.
What? You beaned your mom with a broom? You should treat her better than that.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
I lost it while being keel-hauled.
Your dog got mauled? What does that have to do with a claim ticket?
That doesn't even make sense.
Never mind. I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
No, I don't have my claim ticket.
You don't have to shout at me. I can hear you. but I can't give you your clothes without a claim ticket.
Oops. I thought I wanted to talk to you, but I don't. It won't fit in my pocket. That doesn't seem to work.
But why?
I think I'm too clumsy to hold the stick and tie a knot at the same time.
Open box. Use stick with box. Use string with stick. Use cheese squigglies with box.
I think it's yo-yo string.
Pull the string.
Nice.
Now we have a rat in a
It won't
box.
fit in my pocket.
No, siellä on. Trust me. Trapped covering rat. Yoink.
Cute little fella.
Mä en kirjaimellisesti muista mitään, mitä me tehdään tuolla rotalla. Rottatasku. Meillä on rotta taskussa. Se ei välttämättä näy sinne. Meillä on rotta taskussa. Se larku vielä siellä hengaamassa. Ei. Piiloon tonne.
Nice. It's empty.
Is it?
It's a bit on the tattered side. Messy, messy, messy. It doesn't seem to stay closed. I don't see anything special about it. Then again, I never really have understood art. Nice.
Se on vaan nice.
You again?
I was just leaving.
En voinut olla piilossa siellä.
That doesn't seem to work.
My brain box. I can't use my brain box very well. Use it.
Good thing this is a cold soup.
Mä laitan rotan sinne.
Ugh, there's a rat swimming in it. Excuse me.
I said, leave me alone.
Se on pieni ongelma tässä sun keiton kanssa.
Ugh, there's a rat swimming in it.
Eikö se Ratatouille nimenomaan tehnyt hyvää ruokaa? Se on vähän niinku se koko pointti. Haluaisin tilata safkaa ja tehdä valituksen.
Excuse me.
Molemmat samaan aikaan.
Yeah, boy?
Hey, how's the stew tonight?
Stew? Oh, gosh. We only serve gourmet chilled soups here. In fact, our new cook has been working all day on a very special vichyssoise. Let me go see how he's doing.
Vichyssoise.
How's the vichyssoise, Bernard?
Excellent, sir. Won't you have a taste?
Oh, I think I will. Oh my God! What kind of demented recipe book are you using? You're fired!
But, sir...
Out! Get out of my sight! This is the most disgusting, filthy mess I've ever seen in my life! Look at all the hair! And what's this Here's your soup.
I'm really not that hungry anymore.
Dang. Hey, can you cook?
A little.
How'd you like a career in the fast-paced world of pub food cuisine?
Are you saying there's an opening in the kitchen?
Yeah. You interested?
I don't know. How much does it pay?
420 pieces of 8 a week. First week paid in advance.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Great. Job is yours. Here's a week's worth of wages. Now go strap on that apron and get to work.
Okie dokie.
On se kyllä. Mennään 420 pieces of 8. Ja 99% menee larkolle, joo.
Yuck, a rat's been swimming in it.
Who would do such a thing? Yoink. Thanks for the money, dummy.
Can't I do anything right?
I don't know.
Oh, shoot. Oh, there it is. Thanks.
Hi, Wally.
Oh, hello, Mr. Brush.
Thanks. I gotta go.
Okie dokie.
Jos laitat sitä takaisin, mä pöllin sen uudestaan. Koska mä en muista, mitä me oltiin tekemässä sillä.
Dang, I've lost my monocle again.
No.
I bet my mom would help me find it.
Varmaan. Mitä me piti tehdä siellä Largolandiossa? Can I have a save game? 13%. Nah.
I don't see anything special about it. Then again, I never really have understood art. I can't pick that up. I can't move it. That doesn't seem to work. Well, it doesn't seem to open. They look pretty old.
Do they though?
It doesn't seem to stay closed. It doesn't seem to open.
I don't remember.
It's a bit on the tattered side. Well, it doesn't seem to open. It's stuck open. I can't move it. I can't move it. They look pretty old. Hey! I was just leaving. I don't want to steal his bell. I feel bad enough setting his alligator free. Only one guest.
Mr. Largo. Lagrande.
Yeah?
I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
You got nothing.
Sorry, I don't give refunds.
Rats.
Get away from there. I need all of them. Oh, no, you don't. It's not a toy.
I don't think it's my prescription. Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead. It doesn't seem to open. There's strange little white bugs all over it. I don't think it's my prescription. Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
Hello. It's me again.
He's back.
I told ye, we don't have any marshmallows.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Okay, here's one about a pirate, his parrot, and a tragic day at sea.
You're not gonna sing Polly the Squawker lives in Davy Jones' locker, are ye? You know that one always makes me cry.
Sorry, Bart.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Let me try one. Oh, 100 bottles of beer on the wall. 100 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around.
42.
Da-da-da-doo-ba-dee-dee. Oh, 42 bottles of beer on the wall. 42 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 41 bottles of beer on the wall.
508.
Oh, 508 bottles of beer on the wall. 508 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 507 bottles of beer on the wall.
4.
Oh, 4 bottles of beer on the wall. 4 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 3 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 3 bottles of beer on the wall. 3 bottles of beer.
Aloittaa tosta
You take one
508
down, pass it
kunnon
around.
loppuun asti.
2 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 2 bottles of beer on the wall. 2 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around.
508.
508 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 508 bottles of beer on the wall. 508 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 507 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 507 bottles of beer on the wall. 507 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 506 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 506 bottles of beer on the wall. 506 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 505 bottles of beer on the wall. Whoa, 505 bottles of beer on the wall. 505 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 504 bottles of beer on the wall. Whoa, 504 bottles of beer on the wall. 504 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. Da-da-da-doo-ba-dee-dee. Oh, da-da-da-doo-ba-dee-dee. Da-da-da-da-dee-dee. You take one down, pass it around. Da-da-da-doo-ba-dee-dee. Oh, da-da-da-doo-ba-dee-dee.
Olen pettynyt Monkey Islandiin.
You take one down, pass it around. Da-da-da-doo-ba-dee-dee.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Well, I'll see you salty dogs later.
Ois sul Kolmari joku hyvä UHS-hint siellä. True. No niin. You have jostled the hamsters around. It's true.
That won't do anything.
What?
That won't do anything.
Millä vitulla se pitäisi...
I don't think that'll work. That doesn't seem to work. That doesn't seem to work. It's just a bucket.
It is just a bucket.
That won't do anything. They look pretty old.
Jotenkin meidän piti saada toi bouquet tohon silleen, että se tippuu sen päälle. Muistaakseni käydä sorta. But how?
I don't think that'll work. I can't dig that, Daddy.
Don't dig it, Daddy.
I don't want to polish that.
Why?
That doesn't seem to work. I don't think that'll work. That won't do anything.
Eikö niin, ja pitikö toi... Niin...
It doesn't seem to stay closed.
Pitikö meidän käydä hakea jotain vitun swamp-materiaa ja... Swamp ass water. Tai jotain muuta vastaavaa. Siitä on jonkun aikaa, kun on viimeksi pelannut. LeChuck's Revenge.
Wow, a whole bucket of mud. And it's mine. All mine.
Hell yeah. He's doing it. Meidän pitää saada larkun kuteet sinne ja sit meidän pitää käydä pöllissä. Claim tikee. Mä muistin, että siellä oli jotain tekemistä sillä, että ämpärillä on larkun kanssa, kyllä. No niin.
I think I hear Largo coming.
Hey, what the hell? What's going on? Whoever did this is gonna pay. I can't get this thing off my head. When I get this thing off my head, somebody's gonna be real sorry.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. He looked pretty steamed.
Mikä voisi mennä virheen? It's not like Largo liked you before. Täytin sen mudalla. Se on muta, niin sen on pakko käydä heittänyt se kuteet siivoukseen. Puhdistukseen.
You're making me mad, Marty.
That's my name, don't wear it out.
Look, I want it free and I want it tonight.
Party tonight? Sure, I'll come.
I'm talking about getting my laundry.
Don't worry about me. I've been dry for 3 years.
I said I need it back tonight.
What? Yeah, we'll stay out all night.
This is useless. You tell them I'll be back to pick it up. Or else.
Why you have to be mad? It's just laundry.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
Do you have your claim ticket, Sonny?
No, I don't have my claim ticket.
Ollaan käyty
You
kaikki
don't have
läpät
to
läpi.
shout at me. I can hear you. But I can't give you your clothes without a claim ticket.
Oops, I thought I wanted to talk to you, but I don't.
Todella brutaalisti sanottu. Mä ajattelin, mä haluaisin jutella sun kanssa. Tässä kokea ottaa duunissa joku kerta. Mennä käymään jonkun työpisteellä silleen. Mä ajattelin, mä haluaisin jutella sun kanssa, mutta siis mä päätin, että mä haluukaan. Nee. Jaksan mennä sinne asti.
It's empty. It's a bit on the tattered side.
Is it? Meillä enää pukettia. Gone.
Nice! It's empty. It's a bit on the tattered side.
Shit.
It's empty.
Jotain kyllä.
I don't see anything special about it. Then again, I never really have understood art.
Sen takia. Eiku. Got it.
Nice.
Toi on kyllä hyvä tommonen niin siis puzzle, koska ei tule välttämättä mieleen silleen, että sun pitää oikeesti avata se tai sulkea se ovi enää ikinä sen jälkeen, kun sä oot kerran käyttänyt sitä tohon noin. Jemmaa sen laundry ticketin sinne oven toiselle puolelle.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
Got it right here.
Great! I'll see what we have ready for Mr. Legrand. I know it's here somewhere. I saw it a while ago. Now, where was it?
Papukaija vaan.
Ah, here it comes.
Nice April fresh scent. Nice April fresh scent.
Are you sure about this?
I guess I'll be going now.
Ilmeisesti.
Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
I do believe we might have all of those. Paitsi, että meillä ei ole something of the body. We do not have something of the body.
You're supposed to be cooking.
I had to go to the grocery store.
Nice try, but not good enough. You're fired.
No. Cool. Mä sain kuitenkin ton 420 pieces of woods.
I don't want to polish that. I don't think it's my prescription. Not my size. That doesn't seem to work.
What does work?
I can't dig that, Daddy.
Disgusting.
I don't want to gunk up the blade.
Still disgusting.
Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Kaikki muut löytyy.
It's a metronome. It reads JoJo, appearing nightly, no cover charge. Better leave it there. Don't want to hurt business.
No JoJo here. Yet.
Hey, hired help only.
Minkälainen vihje sulla on? Onko se yhden sanan vihje taas?
I don't think I should do that.
I can't use it today.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Grog, please.
I'll need to see some ID for that.
I must have left my ID in my other pants.
You'll have to do better than that. No ID, no service.
Aika tarkkaan. Mistäs helvetistä me saatiin jotain.
For crying out loud!
Eihän Wallilla ollut mitään.
I hope it didn't roll onto the floor. Nobody move!
It's a pile of blank paper.
Well,
I can't believe somebody
that.
would steal it.
Ei kukaan valvo niitä Anniksen oikeuksia, mutta pitää alkaa tossa siis pyörittää semmoista lafkaa, että niin, en tiedä. Älä koeta tuoda logiikkaa Monkey Islandiin. Can I use the paper? I did
yuck.
it.
Yep, it's Largo's.
No nyt kaikki. Kyllä. Huonoa bisnestä. Tässä on kyllä aika hyvää bisnestä myydä alaikäiselle alkoholia, mutta...
Creepy, but apparently seaworthy.
Cannot confirm or deny. We are live on the air, Colmar. What are you trying to do? Goddamn fed posting in my stream. Hello.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
About that voodoo doll?
Have you brought me the ingredients?
I have his toupee.
Not quite a part of his head, but maybe I can get some scalp fragments from it. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I have some of his spit.
Excellent.
Excellent.
You may keep the paper. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I have the bone of his grandfather.
Perfect.
That's fucked up.
Do you have the final ingredient?
I have this pearly white bra.
Yes, that will work. At last! Now I can make a voodoo doll to be reckoned with.
Makes
Let
sense.
me get my juju bag. And now for the ingredients. A dandruff flake from Largo's head. A single piece of Largo's thread. A drop of fluid from his body. A single chip off the bone of the dead. And finally, some miscellaneous voodoo herbs and seasonings, including monosodium glutamate.
Makes sense.
This ought to be good. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we assassinate? Largo, yeah.
Aika fucked up cheerleader chantti.
Hey, that looks just like him. Thanks, voodoo lady.
One more thing. Some of the ingredients were not the optimum specimens. It should still work, but it will have a limited range. You will have to get close to Largo. Very close.
Se riippuu niinku komponenttien siis laadusta, kuinka lähelle sun pitää. Joo,
It's little, mean-looking, and ugly, just like Largo.
True.
Sharp.
Blah. I don't hate it, mut I don't like it. Se oli ihan liikaa frameja. Ihan liikaa detailia. Tää on niinku hädintuskin mitään nähtävissä. Ja... Se on siis no, tietysti on siitäkin kiinni, että jos sä oot pelannut näitä niinku siis miljoona kertaa silloin skidinä ja näin eteenpäin, niin sit no ei tule ikinä näyttää niinku oikealta. Se on ihan mielenkiintoista nähdä, kun jos joku olisi pelannut ihan ensimmäistä kertaa tämän Special Editionin, jos olisi pelannut pelkästään tuolla uudella. Jos koskaan niinku käyttänytkään tätä versiota. Might be pretty interesting. Mitäs se on inventory-systemiksi, niin onks tätä... Olis nää kaikki vaan context sensitive, niin kun ei käytännössä oo inventory ollenkaan vaan. Niin, onko
Yeah?
I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Bushwoods.
I don't think he'd like that.
Yes, kysytään.
He looks buff.
Oh no you don't.
Aika varmaan pelasin sitä niinku tablettiversiota tai mobiiliversiota tästä jossain vaiheessa. Taisi olla vaan just silleen, että sä painat niinku pohjaa ja sit sieltä tulee toi kontekstipalikko, niin taisi olla. Full Throttle oli kyllä kova käyttöliittymä. Käytä kättä, jalkaa, silmiä tai suuta asioihin. Let's save the video game.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Get out of my room.
It's little, mean-looking, and ugly, just like Largo.
How dare you come in here again?
Take that,
Stab
you
you.
stumpy little dim-witted toad!
What? Who do you think you are?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. People don't always recognize me. That's why I carry this!
I'm gonna tear you limb from limb. How are you doing that?
Largo the Grand, you are a no-good, vicious two-bit thug. I command you to give me back my money and leave this island.
Ha! I already spent all your money.
Oh, well, I command you to leave this island.
Just you try and make...
That'll teach you to mess with the slayer of the ghost pirate LeChuck.
What's that? You killed LeChuck?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Quite an interesting story, actually.
The fortune teller said she did in LeChuck.
She did she? Does she have one of these?
Is that?
Yes, LeChuck's beard. Still alive and wriggling.
Let me see that. Boy, it is alive. We've been looking for a living piece of LeChuck for years.
Guybrush, you
now
dumb
we can bring
fuck.
it back to life. Look out, world! The most fearsome pirate of all time will soon sail the seas again.
Whoops.
Whoops, indeed.
I'm afraid it's true, Guybrush. If they have any animated tissue, they can reanimate his whole body.
But I blew his body into a zillion gooey pieces.
Not his body, Guybrush. You destroyed his spirit form. His body was safely buried far away.
But by now it must be...
Rotten? Partially decomposed? Yes. And I don't think that's going to make him any more pleasant to deal with.
He's gonna be looking for me.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He's gonna try to kill me.
Oh, yes.
Undoubtedly.
What can I do?
You're already doing all that you can.
What's that?
Hunting for Big Whoop.
Oh, yeah, I was doing that, wasn't I?
Big Whoop isn't just a treasure. It contains the secret to another world. Find that world, and you'll be able to escape LeChuck forever.
But I know so little about Big Whoop.
Take this book.
Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth. And where'd you get this?
I checked it out at the Fat City Library. I foresaw your need.
Gee, thanks.
I used your name when I checked it out, so be sure and return it when you're through reading. The overdue fines in Fat City are pretty steep.
Gee, thanks.
Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
Yes.
About that voodoo doll?
Yes, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I still have the touch.
Well, that's enough voodoo for me. Bye.
So be it.
Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth. This is fascinating. It says here there were 4 pirates. Rapscallion, the cook, young Lindy, the cabin boy, Mr. Rogers, the first mate, and Captain... Good heavens! Captain Marley! Wonder if there's any relation. They bury their treasure along with plenty of, booby traps on a place believed to be called Inky Island. They made a map which they divided into 4 pieces, each man taking one. Rapscallion later opened the Steam and Weenie Hut on Scab Island. It was a huge success, but fell into disrepair after Rap was killed in a flash fire. Young Lindy drifted aimlessly, down on his luck until he mysteriously came into money while panhandling on Booty Island. He used the cash to bankroll an advertising firm which failed after its gross mishandling of the Gangrene and Honey account. Mr. Rogers retired off the coast of Fat Island. He marketed homemade contest grog brewed in a bathtub until his recent disappearance. Captain Marley vanished while sailing in the America's Cup race. His boat was leading at the time.
Siinähän on aika monta liidiä, mitä lähtee purkaan. Ensimmäinen niistä on tällä saarella. What a goddamn concept. Back to the Weenie Hut Juniors we go.
It's blank and kinda soggy.
True.
He's back.
Well, you guys can stop worrying about Largo. He's history.
Oh, really? He must have finally got that nasty letter I wrote.
You sure can write a mean letter, Fink.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Oh, I wish I could parley some French with Governor Marley. I'd say to her, voulez-vous.
Okay, that's enough. No songs about Governor Marley.
Looks like Guybrush is still carrying a torch for the governor.
Too bad he can't even talk to her in English.
Well, I'll see you salty dogs later.
Ei saa yhtään krediittiä Guybrush mistään tästäkin.
Steam and Weenies, 20 feet.
Joo, Olgarin Steam Weenies.
Looks closed. Rapscallion's Steam and Weenie Hut. Place order here. This door appears to be locked.
Shit.
I can't dig that, Daddy.
Why?
My scoutmaster would kill me if he saw me use a knife like that.
Makes sense.
It's too soggy. That doesn't seem to work. Looks closed.
Open it.
This door appears to be locked.
How does one procure the Weenie Hut? Mitäs täällä tapahtuu nyt? Onko se pienon soittaja tullut jo paikalle? Onks tää vielä? Mikään ei oo muuttunut täällä.
Largo the Grand will never bother you again.
Yeah. I heard Marty stuck a bunch of pins in his underwear or something. Drove him right out of town.
No, it was me.
You? What were you doing with Largo's underwear?
Well, no, never mind. I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Guybrush gets no credit.
I'd go for help, but I'm afraid to walk around like this.
Hi, Wally.
Who's there? I can't see anything without my monocle.
Hey, I did it! Largo the Grand left Scab.
That's great. I guess I can stop with the bricks through his window now. I'm stuck here forever.
Hi, Wally.
Who's there? I can't see anything without my monocle.
You know, I could just sit and talk about maps all day.
Who couldn't?
Is that all you do? Make maps?
Well, I do some restoration work too. I paste them together, recopy them, paint little cupids in the corners. You know, artsy-fartsy stuff. Maps are very, very important.
So you've told me. Would you mind if I just looked around?
No, be my guest. If you see my monocle, let me know.
Sure.
I'm gonna starve to death in here.
It's too soggy.
I'm gonna die, hungry, blind, and alone. What is that? I can't see a thing. All I want is my monocle. Oh, there it is. Thanks.
It's blank and kinda soggy.
No thanks.
Hi, Wally.
Oh, hello, Mr. Brush.
Would you mind if I just looked around?
No, no, be my guest.
Fuck. Now we're just bullying Wally.
Dang, I've lost my monocle again.
Gang and shame. Martilla on varmaan tosi...
I made Largo leave this island.
You made cards out of sand?
Yes.
Do I care?
I guess I'll be going now.
Just sitä mitä mä olin sanomassa.
Yoo-hoo! Hey! Yoo-hoo! Hey guys! Hey guys! Yoo-hoo!
Niiden performanssi on kesken. Saanko mä nyt vuokrata se huoneen? Kukaan ei käytä sitä enää. Ei oo ketään paikalla valitettavasti. Aika varmaa, että täällä ei kyllä enää yhtään mitään.
You're supposed to leave these things open.
Kukaan kokeili. Onko se pianon soittaja tullut? Nyt paljon jotain pakko tapahtuu. It's not.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Largo LeGrand has left Scab Island for good.
Well, well. I guess all those laxatives I was slipping into his drinks finally got to him.
What?
Don't worry, I don't put them in all the drinks.
Nice place you have here. Well, see ya. Big Whoop. Unclaimed bonanza or myth? It says here...
Ei. We haven't been to the peninsula in a while. Me ei ole kerrottu sille Captain Redille, että Largo lähti kävelemään. Hello.
It's me again.
So I see. What can I do for you this time, man?
Why can't I charter your ship?
Like I said before, man, I lost my lucky eye that has seen the world sailing necklace.
I gotta run. Lots of treasure hunting to do.
Okay. Bye, man. Come again.
Everything looks all blurry.
Varmaan Semetardilla on ollut enää yhtään mitään. I don't believe so. I refuse to believe so. Back to the swamp. Ihan vaan sen tein kyseenalaistamaan sitä, että... Niin on, itse asiassa se oli jo.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
Well, that's enough voodoo for me.
Shit.
Bye.
So be it.
I never hurt anyone. Rats! Oh, there it is. Thanks. No thanks.
Hi, Wally.
Oh, hello, Mr. Brush.
Would you mind if I just looked around?
Oh, no, be my guest.
It's a pile of blank paper. Nice map.
I like it too.
Nice map.
Uh-huh.
Mitä helvettiä? I that has seen the world. No, jos sulla on joku yhden sanan hintti taas.
The fire's out.
It is.
I don't think it's my prescription. The barkeep might see me. Well, it doesn't seem to open. That doesn't seem to work. I don't want to polish that. It's blank and kinda soggy.
This stinks.
Tämmösen ei antanut, tai siis se ei ollut mitään dialogia siinä. Dialogia siinä siitä monokkilista mä koitan käse.
Would you like my monocle?
Thanks, man. This'll do just fine for me lucky sailing necklace. What can I do for ya?
I need to charter a ship.
You're in luck, my friend.
That's some
Rumor has it
weird-ass
that Lago's been run
wordplay.
off the island, so I'm now free to sail again. Only problem is that you don't look like the type that has 20 pieces of 8.
Actually, I do have that.
20, vaan
Well,
mulla on
man,
400.
consider me ship chartered.
Great. Where's your ship?
You're standing in it, man.
Yikes.
Jei! Eikä mennyt kuin tunti 40 jotain minuuttia part ykköseen.
Deep in the Caribbean, hidden by an endless storm, lies LeChuck's fortress.
Niin kun mä ekan kerran mä kävin tossa, niin mä oon aika varma, että se ei antanut mulle edes niinku optioita antaa
So, when are we gonna resurrect the old bloated fool? Oops.
Yeah.
I'll ignore that comment just this one time, Largo. Only because they tell me you found Guybrush Threepwood.
It's Threepwood, and I found him on Scab Island.
Very good. No one gets the upper hand on LeChuck without getting what he deserves. I want Guybrush brought to me, and I want him brought alive. I am entrusting this to you. Do not fail me.
Never, your voodoo lordship.
Aye. Guybrush Threepwood is finished. I need you to start building me a very special doll.
With pleasure.
I'm off to find Big Whoop.
Pleasure.
It has a picture of a parrot on the front.
Welcome to the Jolly Rasta. Where do you want to go?
Jolly Rasta.
I don't know. What are my choices?
I only know how to get to Tree Islands, man.
What are they?
There's where we just came from, Scab Island, the only island where pirates are free to be pirates. Then there's Booty Island, the festive French Mardi Gras party all the time island. It's run by one of the most respected and loved governors around, Governor Elaine Marley.
Elaine?
And last, there is
Indeed.
Fat Island, a fascist dictatorship run by an over-bloated pig named Governor Fat.
Lol.
Here, take this easy-to-read reference map, courtesy of Dread Tools. You can use it to show me where you want to go.
Booty aina nyt kuulostaa paljon kivemmalta. Go to where the booty is. Always go for the booty, lads. Tää reitti on myös hyvin looginen. Älkää antako sen häirit. Sitä se teettää, kun Jolly Rasta kanssa lähtee liikenteeseen. Viiva tulee tuolta. Make sense. Nyt se peli vasta alkaa. Nyt on taas niin perkeleesti
The
lääniä
sign says
tarjolla.
the Booty Boutique. Mementos, souvenirs, artifacts.
Niin paljon jengiä, kenelle jutella ja... Kai sä valitsit toi terrorismiin toi.
Nice shop you got here.
Thanks! I pride myself on the quality of my merchandise. I only sell the finest of pirate memorabilia. Even the trade-ins are first class. And I always make you the best deals.
How can you afford to do that?
Volume!
I have to go now.
I was told that these are used as a form of barter in the inner cities.
Sure.
That's a Mark 7 Devastator triple cannon emplacement. If only they'd thought to leave a hole for the fuse. Check out these balls. They're made of a fine iron cast.
Can I have one?
I'd like to buy these cannonballs.
I just keep those here because they're cool. They're not for sale. That's part of the Big Whoop treasure map. I don't know a lot about the piece, but there's supposed to be a book in the library that tells all about the whole map.
True.
I'd like to buy this map piece.
That's 6 million pieces of 8. Do you want it?
I can't afford that much.
Too bad. That's the legendary white whale. Never been caught, except on canvas.
Does it have a name?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Nothing says a whale must have a name.
True.
Ah, the famous ceremonial lights from the pirates of the South Pacific. Those aren't for sale. That collectible plate is worth a mint.
Wow, I knew those would be valuable one day.
They're not.
I got that as a gift from a man I saved a few years ago. Don't have much use for a wheel, but he said one good turn deserves another. I'm not sure exactly what this is.
Cheese.
It's a picture of a pirate with peg legs. It's a beautiful antique porcelain vase. It's ergonomically formulated to enhance stopping power.
Ankkuri.
You'd look good in one of those. And they're great for parties.
Samaa mieltä.
I'd like to buy these pirate hats.
Great! They're 30 pieces of 8 each.
Okay, I'll take it.
Let me get you one from Overstock. Here you go.
Thank you.
Nice.
Nah, I have a thing about lice. Inspected by 27.
That's a sign I took from the famous Precipice View Road.
I've never heard of it.
They call it Dead Man's Drop now.
Mistähän mahtaisi se johtua?
Those are authentic scale reproductions of rotting skulls rendered in sun-bleached whalebone. There's even some loose skin to hang them up from.
Ew.
That's the real thing, as seen in
Look at
Raiders,
Indy
Temple,
Swift
Holy Grail,
them.
and The Young Chronicles. It looks like Spiffy the Pinhead. Found that beauty at the bottom of the sea. She cleaned up real nicely, though.
It says, beware of parrot.
Why?
That's a real ship's horn, just like the ones used on modern ships. It's said that the infamous Greenbeard won that barrel from Long John Cooper in a poker game. Shame that it's empty.
It's empty.
It was handmade by a good friend of mine from another island.
I'd like to buy this well-polished old saw.
Okie dokie. That'll be 25 pieces of 8.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. I'd like to buy this peg leg.
I only have one of those, so I need to keep it as a display model.
Ei myytä.
I have an eye patch in every shape. I made that myself from my last parrot. Got too noisy for me.
En muista mitä kaikkea me tarvittiin täältä näin, mutta me tullaan olemaan vielä miljoona kertaa täällä.
Gee, I wonder if it's loaded. Hello there.
Sorry, son. Didn't have my horn out. Could you say that again?
I said hello there. My name's Threepwood.
Oh, why, hello there, Threepwood. You in town for Mardi Gras?
Joku oikeesti kuuli Guybrush'in nimen ensimmäistä kertaa oikein.
No, I'm on a treasure hunt.
What? They're doing a treasure hunt again this year? I can't believe they'd try that again after all the mishaps last time.
I meant a real treasure hunt. You know, for money.
Ilmeisesti.
For money? Look, son, this ain't some back alley on fat. If you're looking for gambling, you've come to the wrong place.
Damn it. But I'm looking for treasure.
Excuse me. I'd like to rent a costume.
Our costumes are all gone, or on reserve. Sorry.
I'd really like to rent a costume.
Try us after Mardi Gras.
I'd really like to rent a costume.
Look, if you don't have a reservation, you don't have a costume.
Shit.
I need to rent a costume.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I have to rent a costume.
Can't you see I'm busy?
My life depends on renting a costume.
I don't have a costume for you.
Did I ask you about renting a costume yet?
I said I'm all out.
I'm looking for a costume.
I told you, we don't have any more costumes.
Shit.
Please rent me a costume.
I said I'm all out.
Please rent me a costume.
Siihen loppu.
I told you, we don't have any more costumes.
But you have tons of costumes.
They're all reserved and waiting to be picked up.
Why are your costumes so popular?
I'm the only costume shop in a 5-island radius. And besides, everybody who's anybody is going to the big Mardi Gras celebration at Governor Marley's mansion.
Just sen takia mun pitää saada.
You look busy. I'll come back later.
Bowling boy.
I wonder if I can rent this one.
Bowling boy TM.
I think this one's my favorite. I wonder if I can rent this one.
Leggy duck.
I had one like that when I was a kid. I like this one.
Wonky elephant. Cannibal Mo TM.
It doesn't look like any cannibal I've ever seen.
True.
Neat. I had one like that when I was a kid. This is really nice. This is really nice.
Barbecue fish.
Neat. This is really nice. I don't know what it is, but it sure is ugly. Neat.
Cosmic clown.
I wonder if I can rent this one.
Caveman Fred. Otakan. For legal reasons, you know.
I had one like that when I was a kid.
Melee Monty.
Excuse me. You look busy. I'll come back later.
Sen takia se on piilossa siellä takana.
Great costume.
Sailor Pat.
Great costume.
Mut pitää niistä me saa niitä.
3-hour tours. Check it out.
Hi, my name's Guybrush.
I'm Captain Kate Capsize. Like to charter a ship? I do weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs, you name it.
Could I have one of those leaflets?
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Could I have one of those leaflets?
Hey, these things cost money.
I'm interested in chartering a ship.
Great. Not many people want to charter a glass-bottom boat around here. Pretty soon I'm off to Fat Island to try my luck there. But let's talk turkey first. My fee is 6,000 pieces of 8.
Jesus.
Don't you think 6,000 pieces of 8 is a bit high?
No, I don't.
Do you give credit? I don't have that much.
I guess you'd better find some more then, huh?
Damn it.
Glass-bottom boat.
Capsize charters. Glass-bottom boat for sightseeing or special interest voyages. There's a picture of her on it.
3-hour tours. Glass-bottom boat.
Stands. Previously owned coffins.
Sunken galleons. See the world.
Howdy!
Hey,
Welcome to Stan's
Stan.
previously owned coffins. We handle the dead for a lot less bread. What are you looking for, son? Need a bin for your next of kin? Want a family plot without spending a lot? You're in luck! Just look at all this quality merchandise. Never before touched by a living soul. Most of it used only for a few hours. Premature burial, you know. That sort of thing.
Premature burial.
Well, speak up. Or are you dead? Either way, you came to the right place.
I'm looking for a good used coffin.
Amazing! When you first walked in here, I said, now there's a guy who needs a good used coffin.
Masentavaa, että se
There
on
happens to be an excellent deal
mikä logo
right
tossa on
behind you.
ruumisarkussa.
Let's go take a look-see. Now this here is the Cadillac of coffins. Look at all that leg room. There's room in there for Long John Silver himself.
Samaan aikaan kun pidättelee kyyneleet.
Let me get in and show you. Yes, a man can really rest in peace and comfort with one of these. Why should a man's coffin be any smaller than his bunk at sea? I could spend a lot of time in a coffin like this. I almost forgot. I wanted you to have this complimentary hanky. Just my way of saying, I care. Now, where
Thanks,
were we?
Stan.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Try out the lid operation. Can I show you anything else?
How much is that coffin?
Well, it's complicated. Pricing here at Stan's works on a sliding scale, based on one's ability to pay.
so as to make a decent funeral affordable to even our poorest customers.
That's very considerate of you.
So, how much dough do you have on you?
I don't have much.
I see. I think cremation might be more appropriate in this instance.
Didn't you used to be a used ship salesman?
Well, yeah. But I decided to get into a business where unsatisfied customers are less likely to come back and complain.
Smart.
Do you do funerals?
Of course we do funerals! And not just those somber, all-black, three-handkerchief affairs. We do it in a rowdy Mardi Gras style with music and dancing and pallbearer races. I'd like to say we put the fun in funerals.
Funerals.
Actually, I'd just like to browse.
No, mä muistan miten me ollaan tekemässä jossain vaiheessa Stanille.
Oh, shucks.
I'm so sorry, Stan.
I need to get something embalmed.
Well, you came to the right place. Your loved ones deserve Stan's special preserve. You won't smell a whiff when we're done with your stiff.
I never knew morticians were so clever. I gotta go. See you later.
Maybe sooner than you think.
Koska mä oon aika varma, että me haluttiin toi avain tuolta jossain vaiheessa.
3-hour
For
tours.
reasons.
3-hour tours.
Okay, now, who's gonna be next?
Pirate Spit Contest.
It's a great day for spitting.
Pirate Spit Contest.
Just look at this juicy crowd. Step up to the line and test your swill. Valuable prizes.
Oh, me. I'll give it a try.
A volunteer! All right, settle down, folks. This kid looks like a serious contender. What's your name, boy?
Juicius Maximus III.
The Juice Man, Max Mucus. He's juicy to the max. Spit away!
We're with you, Juicius!
Misfire!
Well
misfire!
done.
Everybody run! Maybe a little over the max on the juice there. Let's give him a big hand anyway, folks. At least he tried. Even a child can do it.
Toisin kuin monet
In
muut.
fact, they do it very well.
Ville de la Booty. Mikä voisi mennä virheen? Mikä takia toi yhtäkkiä vaatii lataamista? No ei, me ei varmaan tule ikinä palaamaan tänne näin. We shall never return. Big tree. How big is that tree though?
Looks like a plank stuck in a hole in a tree.
Now it's mine.
Looks like a plank stuck in a hole in a tree.
Jotain pieniä muistoja tulee tässäkin. Yeah.
How rustic.
Can I use it?
No thanks. Only shiny pages left in the catalog.
Mä en tiedä, onko toi joku masterpointin läppä vai perseen pyyhkimisläppä, jompikumpi. Totta. Hoots.
The ghost pirate LeChuck!
Get a grip! Don't you know a Mardi Gras costume when you see one? Is there something I can help you with?
Nice costume. Almost scared me to death.
Thanks. Where's your costume for the governor's party?
Party? What party?
Governor Marley's having a huge Mardi Gras party. Invitation only, costumes required, that sort of thing.
This is my costume.
Nobody would willingly wear such a dopey costume.
Elaine Marley? From Melee Island?
Yep, the same heroic Elaine Marley who killed the ghost pirate LeChuck.
God damn it!
I killed LeChuck.
Why would Governor Marley lie?
For attention?
In your dreams.
I'm here for the governor's party.
Se on kyllä varmaan ihan tarpeeksi kuuluisaa
Mardi
muutenkin.
Gras fish fry? It's invitation only and costumes are required.
I don't have an invitation.
Then you can't go past me.
Shit.
You mentioned a party before?
Did you bring a costume and invitation?
This is my costume.
Nobody would willingly wear such a dopey costume.
Gotta go. Keep up the good work.
God damn it. Guybrush sai melkein sydänkohtauksen. Yhtäkkiä LeChuck vastasi. Täällä vielä...
Check it out.
I can't
Sightseeing.
afford you.
Come on! It's all paid for by Booty Island Parks and Rec. Just put your two lips together and blow. Are you pirates or not?
I don't think there's any...
2, 4, 6, 8!
First place.
Everybody already has the necessary equipment.
Second place.
Turn a disgusting habit into a prestige-winning skill.
Cheat? With everyone watching?
Don't let this grass wither up and die.
Meidän pitää saada jotain, millä...
Did I hear somebody swallow?
Disgusting. Jotain, millä me saadaan hämättyä noita, niin voidaan sitten ehkä... huijata.
Where'd you want to go?
In the spitting competition.
Might just like to cruise aimlessly for a while.
Okay, just let me know when you want to get someplace.
Siihen voisi varmaan olla ihan hyvä lopettaa tältä istumalta. Tehokkaat 2 tuntia ja 24% videopelistä takana. Muistan ajan silloin, kun tuohon voi jäädä niin siis pelkästään tuohon ensimmäiseen parttiin, niin siis silloin skidinä jumi tuohon noin niin siis useita päiviä. Todennäköisesti. Kuuluu asiaan. Sitten vaan jossain vaiheessa, varsinkin kun jotkut noista on vähän just tommosia, että ne vaatii ehkä vähän semmoista niin kuin englanninkielinen soveltamista ja tämmöistä, niin en yhtään ihmettele, että jengi näin jumiin. Mutta sitten tietysti pelit lehdessä esimerkiksi oli helvetin hyviä niitä walkthroughta. Tyylikkäästi tehty kaikkien kuvien sun muiden kerran. Ja niitä ei välttämättä mieleen, mä olisin Monkey Islandissa käyttänyt niitä. Että jossain on tullut kyllä elämäni aikana käytettyä Pelitlehden kuvallisia walkthroughita. Ei tää on ollut kyllä mikään Monkey Island, mutta joku point and click se todennäköisesti oli, joo. Kyllähän sä kato siitä, pikkuhiljaa. Se on hyvä niinku taas. Tulee tämmösiä niinku siis, vähän samoin mikä niinku siinä ykkösessä kanssa oli, kun pelattiin sitä. Niin mulla on niinku siis, mä muistan asioita, mutta se on tässä tapauksessa vaan huonompi asia, koska mä muistan ne todennäköisesti ihan väärässä järjestyksessä. Mä muistan niinku siis asioita, mitkä on silleen ehkä tämän tietyn puzzle chainin loppu. Mutta se nyt ei yhtään niinku, se ei auta. Mä tiedän mihin mä haluan päätyä, mutta sitten kaikki se siinä välissä on sitten niinku, siis tää on oikeasti niinku melkein vaikeampaa pelata tätä tällaisella niinku siis informaatiolla, kun se, että pelaa sitä ihan niinku siis täysin sokkona tässä näin, ettei tietäisi niinku aikaisemmasta ollenkaan yhtään mitään. Tää on hard mode of point and clicks. Ei auta minuakaan. Ei auta, ei. No, onneksi tää Largo Embargot on taputeltu. Ilmeisesti mun Playdateen on tullut uusia pelejä. Pitää mennä tsekkaamaan tämän viikon Playdate-pelit. Ja jossain vaiheessa streamin vetää Playdateistakin siinä vaiheessa, kun siihen on tullut vaan tarpeeksi niitä muita pelejä. Ja sit kun on löytänyt siihen jotain semmosia niinku killer-appeja niin sanotusti. Siihen jotain kaiken näköistä ihan hauskaa ja mielenkiintoista shittiä tehty, mutta se on tulevaisuuden Mikan ongelma. Tämän päivän Mika on suorittanut työnsä semi-siedettävästi. Ja pitää mennä syömään. Ja jatketaan huomenna. Monkey Island 2, The Electric Boogaloo of LeChuck's Revengeance. LeChuck's Revengeance olisi kyllä aika kova. Olisikohan Kojimalla mitään muuta tekemistä tällä hetkellä. Niin, ilmoitti siinä Xbox Bethesda Presserissä, jos chiikasitte, niin ilmoitti vaan käytännössä, että me annetaan Kojimalle rahaa. Se oli se ilmoitus. Ehkä se riittää. Se tänäänkin pitäisi tulla jotain. Itse asiassa tuli just mieleen, että tuli jotain presseria, mutta se tulee vissiin vasta aivan niin kuin siis illalla yöllä tyyliin. Mitähän siellä olisi niin kuin ollut tulos? I don't remember. No, älkää antako se haitata. Jotain sieltä muistaakseni oli tulossa. Discordissa löytyy discord.gg/nelinpeli. Ehkä me seurataan sitä keskellä yötä, koska täällä jengi ei osaa kuitenkaan nukkua. Mä en ainakaan. Mut joo. Nelinpeli.com. Siellä ne kaikki Booty Islandin kostuumitkin on. Huomiseen hyvästi!